Hello, I'm Shawn Patrick O'Brien, Chairman and CEO of Genomind. Employers' behavioral health adoption has shifted dramatically during COVID-19. Companies of all sizes and specialties are realizing the need to destigmatize mental health in the workplace and help their employees better manage their mental health and wellness. This shift has lent itself to significant changes. Employers are transforming their benefits model from treatment-based reactionary care to prevention and well-being, to empower employees to monitor and better manage both their physical and emotional well-being. Mental health challenges in the workforce can drive up healthcare and insurance costs for employers. In 2020, nearly 2 out of 3 employees lost more than 1 hour of work each day due to stress. Knowing this trend, it's no surprise that outside of a 401k, mental health support is the most imperative benefit to job seekers. As the job market tightens, it is critical for employers to support this need for their employees. These statistics point to a big opportunity for employers to address overall wellness in their workplaces. While it is customary to screen everyone every year for physical concerns, we have never as a society sought to understand our predispositions as they relate to our mental health. Those predispositions have an impact on both our professional and personal lives. Mental health and wellness is like an iceberg. You're only getting part of the story at the surface level. The Genomind Mental Health Map sheds a science-based biometric light on what's beneath the surface. Its behavioral health and wellness platform allows you to gain a deeper understanding of the complexity of your brain and your predispositions, which gives more insight into why you are the way that you are and what you can do about it. For so long, we've leaned mostly on environment, lifestyle, and experiences for answers. What allows us to access that layer beneath the surface is understanding our genetics, which is now possible due to innovations led by Genomind. With the first ever DNA test designed specifically for mental wellness, we can now pair actionable insights to individual genetic predispositions across areas like stress and mood to help individuals improve and grow. Our mission and vision with the behavioral health and wellness platform of Mental Health Map is that we will be able to help employers better understand their employees, and those employees better understand themselves, with the goal of improving measures like productivity, engagement, support, focus, and morale in the workplace. Many companies have already begun addressing mental health through different initiatives. Today, we're going to speak with Odyssey, formerly Entercom. They have launched the I'm Listening campaign, leveraging their vast network of voices to help end the stigma on mental health. They are also one of our newest partners at Genomind. I'm excited to share their perspective on this topic and our joint goals in this space today as I speak with Odyssey's Senior Vice President of Events and Experiences, Jennifer Morelli. Jennifer, welcome. It's great to see you, and welcome to Going Digital, the Behavioral Health Tech Summit for 2021.
Thank you, Shawn. I'm so happy to be here.
Great. So, can you tell us your perspective on reducing the stigma associated with mental health and what Odyssey is trying to do about that?
Oh, sure. Absolutely. Look, Odyssey's commitment to mental health began 5 years ago in the form of a program that we developed called I'm Listening. And it was actually in response to a need within the artist and music community. We were devastated by the premature deaths by suicide of Chester Bennington of Linkin Park and Chris Cornell of Soundgarden in 2017. So our Seattle music team, who longed for a way to express their sadness, and they wanted to take action to make change. So they jumped into conversations with artists about hurting, healing, and hope. And then in sharing these stories with our listeners, it just amplified mental health awareness across our entire media platform. And it quickly became clear that as the nation's leading audio influencer, our authentic conversations we were having about mental health, we knew we could change the stigma of mental illness. And sometimes it was as seemingly simple as just assuring people that it's okay to not be okay. And in other times, it was diving into resources. But you know what? In all the times, what we realized, and it became very clear, that we here at Odyssey have one of the most important tools in fighting the stigma of mental illness. We can use the power of talk to save lives. And so then you fast forward, right, to where we are right now, current state. And in 2020, the power of talk became more important than ever. Between COVID-19, the ongoing struggle for racial equity, social unrest in our communities, and new personal pressures, we're all experiencing tremendous uncertainty in our daily lives. And in fact, the CDC now cites that more than 40% of Americans are experiencing heightened mental health needs. And as the nation's audio influencer, Odyssey, we can make a difference by purposely leaning into using our voice to end stigma and save lives.
Jennifer, can you tell us about the programs and initiatives that are associated with mental health, such as the I Am Listening program that you have for your listeners, and then also what you're doing for your employee base?
Absolutely. As you just mentioned, right, our mental wellness strategy is a two-way path. We are engaging with our listeners through the I'm Listening platform. And then in 2021, we turned the program inward to our employees. But we're doing this by demonstrating and living our company value of community. We're engaging our team in caring for themselves, for each other, and for our collective well-being and mental health. And how we do this, we do it kind of two different ways. We do it through activities and our benefits. So what we've done on activities, we've rallied around a few things. We organized a team-facing launch event with our executive leadership talking about the importance of caring for our mental health and well-being. We launched a new interactive intranet site called Odyssey at Work, which provides a tremendous amount of fresh content, articles, information, and resources on mental health. We're scheduling team conversations and panels with experts on mental health that you're very aware of. And then we're providing talking points for our leadership team to create a culture where it's okay to talk about mental health and seek the needed support and resources. And then obviously our benefits, right? We're encouraging the use of PTO. We want our employees to maximize their health benefits and the resources, and to be sure to take advantage of everything that's available to them, from teledoc, the financial support resources, all of it.
That's really enlightening how progressive Odyssey is becoming with their employee base. So tell us about this relationship you have with Genomind, and how did it evolve, and where is it going to take off to?
Oh my gosh. I'm so excited about our partnership with Genomind. It started the old-fashioned way. We actually saw a press release on the Genomind mental health map. And then from there, we started doing some research, and we instantly recognized the similarities between our two companies and our shared mission in reducing stigma around mental health. So at that time, we reached out to you guys, to the Genomind team, and we ended up meeting and introduced our capabilities and also our own interest in providing resources for our employees. And right from there, it was a perfect match, and the rest is history. And, we really look forward to a long-term relationship because of our initiatives are so well aligned.
Well, Jennifer, thank you for sharing that. It's really great to see that media works two ways, that a media company reaches out to another company because of their PR campaign. So appreciate that feedback. And so tell us, what are the programs that Genomind are involved with? And how is Genomind being part of the solution of the programs that you're working with?
Oh yeah, we're so excited about how we have set up this partnership together. So it's uniquely structured through two distinct channels. And we've already kind of talked about it, but I can give a little bit more context behind it. Obviously the first one is Inward, our employee focused program. And with this one, Genomind is providing our employees with special discounted offers on their products and services. And we're very excited about that. And so then our second distinct channel is our outward consumer-facing marketing campaign, where we're promoting Genomind's mental health map as a powerful solution in the power of talk. And there is a distinct moment that I remember during our discovery phase with the Genomind team, where I was listening, asking a lot of questions, knowing that gathering this information was how we were going to build our marketing campaign strategy. And I remember saying, after hearing some of the conversation, I said, that's it. That's the secret sauce. That's how we're going to get people talking. And you know what? That secret sauce is data. And Genomind's mental health map provides real data, real talking points. It provides the why behind some of our choices and our tendencies. It provides understanding, which in turn creates comfort in starting that conversation. This personalized data report allows for a person to remove feelings from the conversation, which could be an obstacle to talk. And most everybody can talk about a data point, but not everybody can talk about their feelings. So we know the mental health map is a game changer, and our position is that everybody should know about Genomind's product and then how to buy it. So knowing that that is our goal, how we're activating the outward-facing marketing campaign is basically done through 3 strategic levers. We've designated Genomind as the presenting sponsor of our I'm Listening platform, which then in turn integrates Genomind into every single promotional asset around this program, which is significant because it is the only program that literally runs on our 230 plus radio stations across the country. We're also executing a high impact brand messaging campaign. Look, we want to get the word out about the mental health map, and we want to drive consumer interest and purchase. And the third one that I'm actually the most excited about is utilizing influencer marketing. Look, we know influencer marketing works. We know any casual endorsement or product placement resonates with consumers. What we also know, though, is that our on-air talent were the original influencers way before social media ever got in the game. They're the ambassadors of our brand and have created deep, long-term relationships with our listeners. Our listeners trust our talent. They pay attention to what they say and do. So knowing this, we created a Genomind influencer campaign using our own talent who are going to participate in and share their Genomind mental health map experience every step of the way. The influencer campaign is designed to let the listener follow along and have a front seat to our on-air talent's journey through their mental health map process.
Wow, Jennifer, that's an amazing 3-pronged strategy to communicate Odyssey and mental health map into the marketplace through those 3 distinct vehicles. It's obvious that you're really passionate about why this is a valuable solution for Odyssey. So why do you see it as a priority solution for Odyssey and your employees? And how do you think it'll benefit other employees?
Well, look, the bottom line is people are the core of our business, period, full stop. And keeping our people healthy, well, and flourishing is the core to sustaining our team's performance and our competitive position as an employer and is a great place to work. So we see the mental health map and Genomind's products, something that helps our team manage their mental health with data, and the mental health map encourages and provides content for the power of talk.
That's great. Earlier in the conversation, Jennifer, you mentioned something that resonates with me, and that is about emotions and being able to talk about it. Mr. Rogers had a saying that emotions should be mentionable and emotions should be manageable. And it sounds like Odyssey's doing a great job working with Genomind to create an environment where we can make emotions mentionable and manageable. And we've been talking today with Senior Vice President Jennifer Morelli from Odyssey. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Oh my gosh, thank you for having me. And yes, we are so excited about what we're going to accomplish together. So thank you.
Thank you.
If there's one thing that recent world events has taught us, it's that our mental health is just as important as our physical health. And like our physical health, there are things we can do to improve and sustain our mental health. And yet, despite any progress we've made as a society, those seeking to address their mental health still face a persistent stigma that force far too many to struggle in silence. Our current mental health crisis is not only due to a lack of resources, but also that people feel discouraged from seeking those resources to begin with, or wait far too long to seek help. And yet we know that early intervention and mitigation is absolutely crucial if we have any hope of addressing this crisis. This is why at Genomind we've dedicated ourselves to offer innovative solutions not only to those who are diagnosed or in treatment for a mental health disorder, but also those who are just beginning their mental health journey, those who are asking the crucial question, where do I start? I'd like to introduce you to one of these new solutions that represents a heritage of innovation, compassion, and scientific rigor. It's called the Genomind Mental Health Map. It all starts with a mental health map kit, which can be shipped discreetly to the user's home. Contained within the kit are easy-to-follow instructions on account activation, DNA sample collection, and all necessary equipment to complete these steps. Next, we use a simple cheek swab to get a small sample of DNA. The directions call for swabbing for 1 full minute to ensure an adequate amount of genetic material is collected. These collection swabs are then placed in the supplied envelope and pre-labeled shipping box, which can then be shipped to our world-class genetics lab in Pennsylvania, where each sample is tested twice to ensure an industry-leading accuracy rate of 99.99%. 3 to 5 business days from when the sample is processed at our lab, the user will receive an email notifying them that the results are ready to view. Users access these results by logging into their secure portal using credentials they established when they first activated their account. This brings us to the home page, where the user has several options to fully unlock the value of their results. For example, each mental health map includes a complimentary 30-minute consultation with a Genomind Brain Trust advisor. Advisors are experienced health and wellness coaches with a background in the mental health field, certified in mental health first aid, and highly skilled at helping users navigate their genetic results and connecting them with the appropriate resources for their unique needs. Each user is also provided with complimentary access to NeuroFlow, which is a mobile device application for continuously tracking, assessing, and managing mental wellness. Genomind partnered with NeuroFlow to offer additional tools and enhanced functionality to the Mental Health Map platform. The Resources section provides additional information and education on genetics and genetic testing, a glossary of terms, as well as report references. Report references allows users to do a deep dive on the specific genetic predispositions reported within their mental health map. This includes a brief evidence summary, ranking of evidentiary support, and direct access to the original scientific publications that are the foundation of the Genomind Mental Health Map. Launching the report brings us to the introductory page, which reveals that the Mental Health Map actually includes 7 different genetic reports, or capabilities. These capabilities represent core domains of human behavior or traits that are distinct, yet also overlap and influence each other. They have fuzzy borders, if you will. For example, someone with insomnia may have a hard time focusing on tasks the next day. They may feel stressed or have a low mood. The very name, mental health map, reflects this relationship between different aspects of human behavior. We test for genetic variations or small differences in the genetic code that some of us inherit from our ancestors and others do not, that can change the way certain proteins, receptors, or enzymes work in the brain or the body, that influence our sensitivity to our environment and affect multiple aspects of mental health. In this example, I've learned from my mental health map that I have an uncommon variant or genotype that has been linked to increased or even excessive brain cell signaling due to increased expression of an important protein that controls how fast neurons fire and communicate with each other. Not surprisingly, this has been associated with multiple mental health predispositions such as moodiness, trouble falling asleep, stress response, and cognition. Now, just because I have this genotype does not mean I have bipolar disorder, anxiety, or ADHD. That's not how it works. Genes don't work that way. There's no such thing as a depression gene or an anxiety gene. However, I can endorse most of these predispositions and behaviors in my past, and now I have a greater appreciation of how these traits are connected in me. In other words, I have a personalized map of how my unique biology may be influencing my behavior, mental health, and wellness in multiple, elegantly connected pathways. Now let me show you what else I learned from my report. Here, I've selected the mood report. Like every report in the mental health map, the mood report is further organized into traits. You can think of these traits as additional subclusters or behaviors or symptoms that, again, are distinct but tend to overlap and influence each other. The mood report is organized into 4 traits: temperament, or core personality traits, outlook, mood stability, and emotional vulnerability, which refers to sensitivity to my social environment and its effect on my mood. Based on years of research and collaboration with world experts in the genetics of neurology and human behavior, Our team at Genomind has curated a panel of genetic markers that have been shown to influence these traits in unique ways. As I had mentioned earlier, my results suggest that I'm genetically predisposed to moodiness, which I found to be a little surprising, to be honest. But when I asked my wife and my coworkers, this became a bit of a revelation as they unanimously endorsed having observed this in me. And so already, my results have given me reason to reflect on my own self-perception and behavior. But that's just the start. The real value comes from exploring the insights and actions unique to me. Here, I'm provided with additional context on this predisposition and next steps that I may want to take. These insights and actions fall into several categories. For example, I can learn more about my unique biology and how my genotype is thought to influence behavior through an effect on brain cell signaling. This leads into the genotype-based recommendations, which are recommendations that may be particularly beneficial for me based on my genetics. In this case, magnesium has been shown to stabilize brain cell signaling, possibly by affecting the protein that this gene encodes. Important information on nutrition and dietary supplementation is also provided, including resources from the National Institute of Health. Finally, these how-to-measure tools are very important. As I stated earlier, just because I'm genetically predisposed to moodiness does not mean that I have bipolar disorder or depression. But if this behavior does resonate with me, and if it is something that I'm concerned about, I'm provided with access to validated measures through a collaboration with Mental Health America, a leading mental health advocacy group with a mission that resonates strongly with that of Genomind. Mental Health America provides access to these self-assessment tools anonymously and free of charge. This further decreases the gap that separates those who are struggling from the resources which are so very crucial in recovery and preventing worsening mental health. Users who are already seeing a mental health care provider are strongly encouraged to share their full report with them using the Share My Report function, which allows users to control who has access to their results. This allows smoother communication between patients and their providers when discussing content and resources found in the report. The value of the Genomind Mental Health Map to individuals, parents, employers, and perhaps even payers can be linked to the 4 pillars upon which all its content is built. Validation. Learning that my thoughts, feelings, and struggles are not due to something being wrong with me. It's not because I'm weak or slow. Rather, my experiences are validated by learning how my unique biological wiring may play a role. Evaluation. We provide tools and resources for the user to reflect and explore their behavior, motivations, and symptoms in a risk-free, destigmatizing manner. This has been shown to empower individuals with the vocabulary, the lexicon, to describe to family members or their doctors how they feel and how they are struggling, and lowers the threshold to seek care. And finally, a plan of action, which is often aided through a consultation with one of our advisors. Recent data from customer feedback surveys supports the value of genetics-guided, personalized psychoeducation and wellness coaching, with over 80% of all respondents reporting that the insights and actions found in their mental health map were easy to understand, helpful, and relevant to their needs. More importantly, over 3/4 of all respondents stated that they would make positive lifestyle changes, as well as share their results with their healthcare provider or therapist. So far, I've only demonstrated a very small portion of all the resources and content that are available to users, having only discussed one of the genetic markers that we test. Yet, the Genomind Mental Health Map assesses 38 genetic variants that cross 29 traits within 7 capabilities, altogether yielding a possible 64 distinct mental health predispositions. And because these genetic variations are inherited, they don't change. And so the results and insights are good for the user's entire life. The Genomind Mental Health Map is truly an unparalleled expert starting point for mental health and wellness that is applicable to anyone of any age at any point on their mental health journey.
What I learned from my report was invaluable. Not only did it confirm the feelings I've had about my mental health, but it explained the findings in an easy-to-understand methodology. In addition, it provided a multitude of resources for each trait tested and a free, friendly, supportive consult that helped me dig deeper into the report. From guidance on my results to direction and input on how to deal with them, I now feel like I have the tools to improve my mental health and better understand me.
Best investment I've made in the last 5 years. This gives you outside validation of your predispositions. Most importantly, it gives you context in which you can take this information and work with your healthcare providers to start mapping out new ways of approaching the same problem. Having this type of information, in conjunction with your habits, is an amazing tool, and I'm really glad I've done this.
The way that this process involves both genetic results and support on how to affect your given predispositions is truly amazing. It's a unique, refreshing mix of research and compassion that I'm grateful to have finally found. Results are provided in a way that emphasizes how you are more than just your DNA. This can help you gain the help to overcome obstacles you previously thought immovable.
With the Mental Health Map Wellness Platform, we can help unlock valuable insights to employees and employers that could lead to improved productivity, attendance, and more in the workplace. Together, we can revolutionize how we can address and improve mental wellness. For more information, please visit genomind.com, and I thank you for your attention.